my beautiful bride at? Where's she at? Where you at, Jess? Oh, there she is. Here, stand up real quick, Jess. Everybody say hi, Jess.
Hi, Jess.
We're a little jet lagged. We just got back in the country. But you know what? My heart is full. Have you guys got some value tonight? This has been incredible. I hope you're taking notes. I hope you're also internalizing some of the stuff that you're hearing tonight to take back with you to your teams, to take back with you to your family, your friends, your prospects. And I hope that we're going to give you some value tonight too. If you're ready, say I'm ready.
Ready.
We're going to do something a little bit different tonight. I talked to Luke Curry. How many of you guys know Luke? He's like Black Diamond, but he's also a world record holder. How many world records you got now? 5, 6, 7, something like that?
Depends on who you ask.
Well, listen, I called Luke. I knew we were going to do this talk, and I said, Luke, man, you know, what are we going to talk about? And we ended up talking for probably close to an hour, and after that conversation, my phone was melted in my hand. He sounded like he had already eaten his phone. And, I said, man, I really wish this call was recorded. And unfortunately, we didn't record it, so I posted something on Facebook. How many of you guys saw that post? Let me hear you. I can't see you, so let me hear you. I said, listen, you guys want us to you want us to tell you the truth, you want us to kind of sugarcoat it. So let me do this real quick. Everybody stand up real quick.
Oh my God.
If you want us to sugarcoat it, just sit back down. But if you want the truth, if you want us to give you a little bit of insight, unfortunately, you couldn't be on that call with us, right? But if you want us to kind of give you a little bit of what was on that call while we were talking, let me hear from you real quick. What do you want to hear? So we were trying to decide if we want to, mimic that. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Dr. Pennywell can do it.
Dr. Pennywell started this.
That's right. So we're going to do something. This is going to be kind of like a candid conversation, but you guys are invited to participate in it, okay? We might leave out some of the flowery words and some of the things that are said, but we want you to participate in that call like we did the other night. And so what our topic, what we've been asked to talk about tonight is overcoming adversity and how to do that, how to be relentless, and some action steps. And so we're going to walk through some of those conversations. It's going to be kind of a tandem, just back and forth between Luke and I. Let me do this real quick. How many of you guys have faced some adversity this year? Let me hear from you. Yeah. Here's what I'll tell you guys. You are not unique in the sense that you have faced adversity, right? Would you agree with me? You are a human being walking through this space-time continuum on this planet who is going to face adversity. Let's just go ahead and get that out there. That's part of life. Everyone faces adversity. So, Luke, maybe why don't you kind of share? I know we all face adversity. Why don't you just kind of give us an idea of maybe some adversity that you faced in your life?
Yeah, well, I'm going to stand up, because if I sit down, I'll probably end up breaking that. But real quick, guys, it's a pleasure for me to get to speak with Brandon. He's now my brother-in-law. So now we're family as of October 3rd. October 3rd is both of our wedding days. So, we like to keep everything the same. And now he has to be married to my sister-in-law forever, or I'll kill him. So, it works out great. We're both 29. We both got married on October 3rd, so we share a lot of similarities. He trains me at the gym. But when we're having this conversation, many of you might not know my story. I'm going to share just very, very quickly my story, because some of you are new. You don't know how I started. All you know is what's happened now. And then I'm going to share some stories with some people that are here this weekend to hopefully inspire you, because listen, you're not special if you face adversity. The only difference in the diamonds and people who aren't diamonds yet is that we've just faced a whole lot more adversity typically than most people, and we've just had to overcome that. So when I got started in Zija, I decided to go full-time when I lost my job. Don't do that. I don't know if I could do it again, but I was told by a lot of the top leaders, Luke, play it safe, get a job. I've not been very good at listening, so I didn't do that. I started this business, and a lot of you might not know, but I lived in my car the first 30 days and basically had everything I owned inside that car. Thank God I didn't own as much as I do now because I didn't have that big of a car. But I actually broke in to the gym that I got fired from. I broke in legally. I used a key. And I would sleep on the couch in my office. I would get in about midnight when the janitors left, and I would leave at about 4:30 in the morning before they got back. That's how I started Zija. So was it easy? No, but who cares? Because this is America, and if anybody can do it, I know I can do it, right? So number one, you got to believe in you that you can do anything. I love what Les Brown says. He said, if life knocks you down, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. And so I knew I landed on my back. I was laying on the couch. I could look up. I could get up. Then we moved into a 600 square foot apartment for about 6 months. And so in the lifestyle video that Z just shot, they were able to show the second house that we were in, which was about 1,000 square feet, and then the house that we were currently in. But when we got started, it wasn't easy, right? I still had bills. They didn't say, oh, you don't have a job, it's okay, don't pay your bills. I still had bills, and I had a baby, right? Those things are expensive. Now I've got 3. I've mastered that, right? I went out and built a business, then I got a bunch of free time, and then I had a bunch of babies. So now I'm trying to stick with the business, so I stopped having babies. But listen, there's people in this room that lost their job and still came here. There's people sleeping in the room that I'm in that drove all the way out here, have a blow-up mattress that they slept in when they stopped. They didn't get in hotels. They stopped, slept on a blow-up mattress in their car, and they're here, right? They could have said, oh, it's too much money, but they're here. Or they've lost their job. They, everything is stacking up bill-wise, but they still came out here. Why? Because they know what's possible. So all the stories that you hear, just understand it's possible to overcome any adversity, but don't feel like you're any different if you're facing adversity. We all face it. The difference is you got to push through it, but you have to have a strong desire to win. Because listen, if anybody in this room has succeeded, then everybody in this room can succeed. There's people in this room right now, I'll just tell you, it's taken them their whole life just to get to an opportunity like this. You heard the people before us. This isn't their first go-around. Praise God for me that this was my first company I've ever had to build in. Right? Because after 5 years, it's been amazing. Thank you, Ken Brailsford, and all the corporate staff for giving us this great opportunity. But think about that. Those people have went through astronomical things that a lot of people don't know. So we're just here to let you know if we can do it, you can do it. And Brandon, I know you faced your share of adversity.
Absolutely, and that's everybody give a look at the camera quick. So you gotta understand, guys, that when you get real with yourself and you begin to realize that everyone faces adversity, here's what you can begin to do. You can begin to operate from a place of gratitude and understand the autonomy that you possess as a human being. Here's what I want you to start with. Here's the place that you have to start from. You have to start from the place of, I can figure it out. No matter where you're at, no matter what your circumstances are, no matter what has happened to you. I know you have a past. I know you have baggage. I know you came into this thing and you have a starting point. But it doesn't matter how you start. It's the middle that determines the finish, right? Circumstances don't define you. They reveal you. Okay? And so understand that everyone faces adversity. I did too. But you know what? You're God's highest form of creation. And you're destined, you're built, you're designed for greatness. There are seeds of greatness in you, but you have to cultivate those seeds. And you can overcome anything because you are an autonomous human being. And so everyone goes through adversity. I've had my fair share, right? I'm a young guy, Luke is too, but we all have adversity. I mean, my first big event like this, I slept in my car. And I went to, I pulled into a hotel. It wasn't my hotel because I wasn't paying for it. But I pulled into a hotel and I went into the lobby late that night. And I said, I went to the clerk, or the front desk, and I said, "Ma'am, can I get a couple of extra pillows and some extra sheets?" And she said, "Yeah, of course." And she brought me some pillows and some sheets, and I took them out to my car. And I said, here's what that's called, guys. Life. It's okay, right? It's the middle that determines the end. It's okay how you start. It doesn't matter. Since then, a lot of things have happened. We've grown, we've changed, we've overcome a lot of stuff. And, a lot of you guys know last year my house burned down, right? I mean, my goodness. We had all kinds of craziness happen. And that's just part of it. But guess what? We grew anyway, right? In spite of the adversity, in spite of any obstacles, we grew anyway because we chose to, because we knew that we're autonomous. We can figure it out. And so just know that adversity is okay. The battle is okay. The struggle is okay. Don't operate out of a place of entitlement in this victim mentality. There's so many people in the world today that have that, right? Instead of operating out of that, operate out of gratitude. So your circumstances don't define you. So let's talk about how do you overcome adversity, Luke? And I think there's a good word, and that's part of. I've already said it, but what's the word? I mean, if you had to pick a word, what's a word that defines how do you bust through, like you talked about? How do you get through that adversity?
Yeah, be relentless, which is the next thing we're supposed to talk about. It's being relentless. And, when we were talking about this, and I don't know if some of you have read or. I don't read, I listen to audios. I found that it takes me a year to read a book. So if I want to get through more books, I better listen, right? So I have a chip in my truck that's got 1,100 hours of audios. One of the books I just finished this year was called Relentless by Tim Grover. Great book. I would encourage you to listen or read it, depending on what you like. I like to listen, so I listen to it multiple times. But here's the thing. It's very simple. When you're in being relentless, it just means pushing through whatever. Understand that no matter what you go through, you just got to go through it, right? The time's going to pass. If you, like Brandon said, if you become a victim, it doesn't help. It doesn't change it. Trust me, in everything you do, you've got to be relentless. I've been going through some crazy things this year. Some people that are within my team know a lot of the things, but here's the thing. A lot of the things that I've went through this year, in just doing some business and getting a new house, it's been not easy, right? But here's what I know. And here's what people started to figure out that were dealing with me that didn't know me. I'm going to get it done. No matter what they think, I'm going to get it done. And then I tell them they're going to get it done. So they get it done, right? And so you have to have that mentality. Even when people are telling you give up, quit, just throw in the towel. Because listen, there's some people in this room, they've been discouraged this year, right? Business isn't growing like you wanted to, and everybody's blaming everybody or whatever. This person's not doing anything, or this person quit. But at the end of the day, we have to do a checkup from the neck up, as Mike Sims would say, and we have to look ourselves in the mirror. And I'll just tell you guys, I was frustrated. I was angry because I hate being Black Diamond. I don't want to be double Black Diamond or triple or Diamond Elite. I want to be that rank right above David Moses. There he is. Right? I didn't join Zija to be number 2 or 3 or 10 or whatever. I don't like to do anything unless I can be number 1, right? So I love that Zija's Life Unlimited. They don't judge me because I'm young. It's not an application because my resume would be awful. But in everything you do, you just have to push through it. So this summer, I'll be honest, I was frustrated, right? I had some people that weren't doing anything. So what did I do? I got in a crazy recruit mode. But isn't that the answer to everything? In this business, you control it. So if your business isn't growing, go talk to more people. If your business is growing, go talk to more people. I mean, guys, Tom Wagner had heart surgery, and him in heart surgery beats 99% of people in this room. Are you kidding me? Do you know why? Because even while he was laying there, he was still doing stuff, right? He was probably having to make all these phone calls and text a bunch of these people. Because him at 1% beats most people's 100%. Here's why. Because having success really comes down to some things that you have to decide, some rules, I like to call them. When I was 23 years, when I realized, I used to say a lot of things. I used to say, I'm going to do this. I'll be there. Yeah, I'll see you. And I wasn't a person of my word. And I realized that that's the same in success. So if you say something and you do it 70% of the time, you're going to be average. If you say something, you do it 80% of the time, you're going to be good. If you say something and you do it 90% of the time, you're going to be great. But let me tell you something. There's a big difference of being great and being phenomenal. So you have to do what you say you're going to do 100% of the time. Some of you just came to conference so you can tell your team you came. Listen, that's not good enough. I know a lot of people that's come to conference every year and their business has not grown. Do you know why? Because they go back and don't do anything different. So this summer, I was in full-out recruit mode. I enrolled like 6 people, which, for those of you that enroll a lot more than that, I enrolled 6 in like 90 days, and none of those 6 did I know who they were before I met them. Right? I'm out of that whole warm market thing because, when I got started, nobody was going to join me anyways because I was too young. But one of those 6 just so happened to be a guy named Pradeep. And I'll just be honest with you guys. Everybody give Pradeep a round of applause. His story of life inspired me. Because what it took him just to get to America and what he's already went through is 10 times harder than this business will ever be. And let me just be completely honest, because I don't want to lie to you. Prior to being angry that my business wasn't growing like I wanted it to, because I hadn't passed David yet, I wouldn't have went in and talked to a cashier at a gas station. Because I would have been looking for the business owner, right? But there was something about him, and that summer I committed. I'm going to talk to everybody I see. I don't care if they have half a brain and, like Joe McGinn says, if you have half a brain and one eye, you can do this business, right? I didn't care what they were, I was going to talk to them. And here's the thing, there was something about him, and I talked to him, and he joined the day my third baby was born. And when we took our baby home, we did his launch. And his tenacity, his relentlessness is why he went platinum his first 4 weeks. Still working 12 hours a day. So people say I don't have time. He could have said that. People say I don't have money. He could have said that. People say I don't know anybody. He'd only been here for 9 months. Right? But he saw an opportunity, and that's what you have to do. You have to just be relentless. So, if I wouldn't have been frustrated and angry at myself to go talk to everybody I met, I would have never talked to him. That's a big mistake on my part. So just know, if your business isn't where you want to be, you have to push through that. You have to be relentless. But number one, you have to say and do what you said you're going to do 100% of the time. Because if you don't, you're never going to have the success you want.
Pradeep knew nobody, had no money, had no time. But you know what he also had, Luke? What is it? He had
no excuses.
He had no excuses, right? And so understand, guys, that being relentless is all about having a whatever it takes mentality. Right? You got to have a whatever it takes mentality. And now I'm only talking to the people that want to go to the top levels of the compensation plan. Right? You already have pain. You've already had adversity. You've already had horrible things happen in your life. Don't cry to quit. Cry to win. Right? Don't go through all of that and then quit before you get the prize. Right? Most people quit when success is right around the corner. And all you got to do is keep pushing through. It takes a little bit of relentlessness. It takes a little bit of attitude, right? A little bit of mentality. But anybody in here can do that. That's why Luke wins, right? That's why these leaders that you've seen up here win. They're no different than you. They're no better than you. They're human beings, just like you are. They just chose. They made a decision to overcome the adversity. They made a decision to be relentless despite the things that were happening inside of their life. So, I got a little thing here I thought was kind of cute. You can write it down if you want. Pain properly perceived produces perspective.
What?
And perspective produces profitability. Right? Pain properly perceived produces perspective. And perspective produces profitability. So what you focus on expand. Here, Luke said this just a second ago. Here's the deal, guys. Whatever your issue is, and I say issue because Mike Sims taught me that. Mike Sims said, most people don't have problems. Okay? Terminal illness is a problem. Almost everything outside of that is really just an issue. If you can throw money at it and it goes away, it's just an issue. People think they got problems, they just got issues, right? And so just understand that what you focus on expands, and most of the time, showing the plan, getting the information in front of new prospects, getting eyeballs on the presentation, most of the time, showing the plan will solve your issues, right? Some of you guys, you're facing adversity right now. Then Luke mentioned it. Some of you might go home and you don't know if your lights are still on, right? You chose to buy a ticket to get here instead of paying your light bill. I applaud you. I applaud you for having some tenacity, some grit. I applaud you for having some attitude, some mentality, for being relentless, right? But showing the plan is what solves those problems. Showing the plan is going to allow you to push through getting new eyeballs in front of the presentation. So somebody said it earlier, because I think it was Charity. Charity accepting her Diamond Award. She said, winners win on a muddy field, and losers lose even in the best of conditions. You know why? Because they're relentless. Because before they even go into the game, you know what they know? They know that they know that they know that they're going to win. That's it, right? And then they just go play knowing that they're going to win. Nothing can ever stop me. Nothing can ever stop Luke. Doesn't matter what happens. You know why? Because we know that we're going to win. Period. End of discussion. Right? And
and I think our mentor said it best. We don't worry, we just win. Right? Quit worrying about it. You can't change it. Because listen, we talk a lot, and the reason why we talk to each other a lot is because a lot of people would say, man, that's going to be tough. I don't know how you're going to do that. But why worry about it? You can't change that. Just go out and talk to people, show the plan, right? Overcome the adversity, and just do it. Just quit thinking. Just do. So many people try to figure it out. Don't figure it out. Go enroll somebody. When you enroll somebody, it'll change everything. Because you might enroll that right person that jumps you 17 million ranks. I mean, they went like, I was like, they hit what? Double Galactic Interstar Elite? What is that? I had to call Ryan Palmer. I was like, what rank did they hit? Right? Because they stayed the course. They showed the plan. They talked to people every single day. And I would encourage you, if you start doing that, every little issue is going to start to go away. And your story is going to inspire others. The number one thing I would encourage everybody in this room to never become is satisfied. Satisfaction leads to mediocrity. Don't be satisfied. You and your story, someone right now needs to hear it to be inspired. And if you ever get satisfied, here's what happens. You're not there to share your story. I will never slow down building this business. And some of you say, well, Luke, it's because you're young. You're right, I am. That's also why I'm never going to slow down, right? I'll probably die before I can slow down. I'm not planning to live too long unless we keep making great products like CJ has, right? But understand, you just have to go out there, but don't be satisfied. Your team needs you to not be satisfied. Right? So don't stop when you're good. Stop when so many people so far down on your team are doing so good that nobody even knows who you are. And then go enroll one more person.
That's right.
And enroll one more.
Absolutely. There's two mice. Both of them fell in a bowl of cream. One of the mice struggled and struggled and struggled, got frustrated and quit. The second mouse struggled and struggled and struggled, didn't quit, struggled so hard that eventually the cream turned to butter and he walked out. Be the second mouse.